to another episode of Cruisers Anonymous. This is Caesar here. I'm here with the guys at Cavemanxchange, and today we're going to be installing a long-range fuel tank on an FJ60. So Omar here is our lead tech and partner of the business as well, so I'm going to hand the reins over to him and we're going to get started on it. So right on, guys, let's get it going. Here we go.
Thank you. So basically what we have is a Long Range Automotive fuel tank. We are going to install into this red FJ60, aka Chili. 60s have a problem with tanks at times, and we tried and exhausted just about everything we could to save the tanks that we were trying on that. It wasn't working, so we're going to finally go with a Long Range Automotive tank and hopefully get some, and basically going to increase the range and dependability of the vehicle as well. So we have here is basically the mounting hardware, brackets that mount up to the frame. Takes place where the strap lead goes onto. These bolt up to the existing holes, and then that way you can go ahead and these bolt up to the frame as well as the other, or the body, excuse me, and so forth. So basically it's you're eliminating the straps, you're having to eliminate your rear tire carrier. So it comes with complete with everything, your braided hoses, filter neck hose, and instructions. It's pretty straightforward. You know, all the fittings need to be lined with the Loctite 565. Okay. There's also the yellow fuel Teflon tape that you can use. If you can't find that, that's a bit pricey. The Teflon tape you can get at Home Depot, Lowe's. Pipe dope, which is what originally what a lot of people were supposed to be using. It seems to be kind of hard to get by because you go to Napa or some places, they just don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
To probably get it, you have to go to some place like Ferguson, or we went to Swiftco to get that here locally, and that's fuel.
Yeah, a lot of the times those Loctites come in smaller containers.
Well, for the Loctite for the nuts,
yeah.
this is for. We've used it quite a bit because we've installed some tanks lately, so you know. There should be enough in here to finish the job at the very least. We're gonna have to add an extension to this sending unit. I mean, obviously the orientation is gonna be a little bit different once it gets there, but just to give you an idea how much space you have or what the difference is. That way, we're gonna cut it in the middle and then basically weld this rod to it
To get the length down.
Yeah, to the length down. Like for example, on the FJ62. You use an electric fuel pump with this, so you have to extend this, and then you have to extend the bracket, the support bracket for the actual pump. And what we had to do last time was chop it in the middle and basically calculate, okay, how much of a difference it is. It has to be, you want it as close to the bottom as possible.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously, so we had to make up that difference and weld up the pieces to it, and then reinstall it, and you have an extension for the wires and the pickup tube. To be more precise, you can measure down the middle. I cut it pretty much down the middle. It's gonna have some overlap when you attach the rod to it. So now that this is cut, we can go ahead and we're gonna be able to place this and add an overlap to it with the new rod. In this case, fortunately, all the plumbing inside's been done. I would think that basically the tubes run down to the middle on the bottom. So because of that, we don't have to worry about this per se. On the FJ62 tank, there is a reset in here on the tank for,
And that's the fuel injection.
the pump, for the electric pump to sit in.
Okay.
It uses the original fuel pump. You just have to add the extension to it. Fortunately, you don't have to worry. I believe you're not gonna have to worry about this because there's no other hole for it. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You're just gonna use the fuel sending gauge. You just have to extend it, and that's what we're gonna do. Place these in the location that they're supposed to be in first, and I'll go over and add a thread sealant to the fittings. Yeah. So yeah, these are meant to go straight in, and then you shoot the the hoses out that way. It's kind of hard though, because you're trying to get it to where it doesn't pinch like the instructions say, between the body and the tank. So everything has to be, you know, without being restricted or pinched. The vacuum hoses that you have on this thing.
So what Omar has done right now is installed elbows based off of the diagram that's provided by Long Range Fuel Tank.
Correct.
And so we're just assessing that diagram and then matching our elbow pieces up to where is indicated on the piece of paper here. Applying that Loctite there.
Yeah, and it gets messy sometimes, so.
It tasted delicious.
So you want to seat these in a certain direction, right? So it runs along the frame?
Basically, it's to run this way and then off that way. Your charcoal canister, your vent canister on the side of the recorder panel runs on that side. So this is towards the front, this is the back, the driver's side, and that's passenger side. And then you have these two.
Install those brackets now.
Senor.
Alright, so we're on the vehicle now. What are we doing?
So we're taking off the original straps that hold the tank. Basically what's happening is that these will line up with the bracketry on the tank, and this one has the special brackets. The way it works is basically bolt on the brackets, and the brackets will be level, so the angles on the tank bolt up to these brackets. And we're gonna put on here. This is the fuel sending unit harness. So basically the straps are going to be deleted, take them off, and it's just going to bolt onto the existing holes in the front. So there's a harness that runs through here. You got to be careful when installing. The previous owner obviously added some sort of module for the taillights for a trailer. This is going to be taken off. It wasn't even connected right. Butt connectors is just horrible. So once we're done putting the tank on, then I'm going to come back over here and basically repair this wiring. That way the taillights work properly.
We're installing the
I'm trying to align
unit in there.
Trying to align the bolts. Get out there. Go.
There you go. And I'll angle it up. Now push it in if you can.
Yep.
Need to be. Just start going up.
Huh?
Yeah, we're basically where we need to be.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna need a screwdriver to line up the hole back here.
On the new tank instead of. He spent time in Saudi Arabia, being that he was in the military, and
Vaseline. My foreman had a story. Fill up with the LRA, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to this.
I can't wait to see the reaction on the receipt.
Should I put it on my credit card? I'm gonna have to pay for it for the next couple months.
Oh, looks like we gotta re-put it in our card. Just that LRA struggle, huh?
The LRA struggle.
It's okay, we'll get to Moab in one tank. Round two. 10 at 30. So what? About 100 bucks?
120, I think, because there was already 6 gallons in there, which is 18 bucks.